Hello, everyone. How you doing out there? It is Darren and Joe with Real Estate Reality, your thrilling edition this week, Thursday, 2 p.m. Thanks for joining us. Darren, how you doing out there, man?
Doing good. Doing good.
Good, good. Look, guys, this is going to be a speed round for us. We have a 3:30 appointment, so we'll make this a quick 45 minutes. So off we go. Thanks for joining us today. We're going to go through solds in the last 7 days, actives that Darren picks out in the last 7 days that he thinks are interesting. We're going to go through mortgage rates, what it looks like, at least as of today. And then we've got a topic. And topic today is hyper-local news, real estate and community and lifestyle, what's going on in Northeast Los Angeles specifically. So anyway, off we go. Let me go ahead and do our famous share screen, share the audio. Okay, and here we go.
Darren Hubert and Joe Cloninger are real estate agents at Avenue 8 under the Urban Hillsides brand. All opinions expressed by Urban Hillsides or guests on this video are solely their opinions and do not reflect the opinions of Avenue 8. You should not treat any opinion expressed by Urban Hillsides as a specific inducement to make a particular investment or follow a particular strategy, but only as an expression of Urban Hillsides team's opinions. This video is for informational purposes only.
All right, well, there you go. You know, I got to tell that woman to, relax a little. She's just a little too stiff. I don't know.
She articulates every word very clearly.
She does, but she needs to relax, yeah. All right, well, great. We're going to go run off to see our market snapshot, and what we mean by that is mortgage rates first. So mortgagenewsdaily.com is where we go. And let me go ahead and share this. Let's see. Okay. All right, so Mortgage News Daily. We'll go off to mortgage rates. So the 30-year, we always start with the 30-year, and let's see where it is today. So it says 7.22. So it has gone up since we last shared this. And gosh, man, any comments, anything you've been reading this week in particular about the rates, where it might be going?
Yeah, potentially further north. Good job numbers.
So it's not going to settle. It's not going to settle in for this year.
It's not. We were hoping for that. We had a small month where it may have seemed like it was settling in somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're getting pretty close to an assurance of a rate increase. Some of the news I was reading this week was talking about how even at the last meeting there were some representatives on the board that were still pushing for a rate increase back then. So
wow, I think they may get their wish again.
Yes, I believe they will.
All right. Well, it has risen quite a bit to its highest high.
Yeah, since November.
Gosh, man, all the way back. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And just to cover the rest of the rates, let me go here. Bear with. All right. So there you see 30-year fixed 7.22, 15-year fixed 6.65, 30-year jumbo 6.98, 5-1 arm 7.02, 30-year FHA 7, 30-year VA 7. And right now, the rate trend is towards negative. MBS prices are significantly weaker. So far today, the strong downward movement in MBS will most likely result in higher mortgage rates for today. All right.
And I will say, because our numbers are pushing again,
Mm-hmm.
maybe ask your lender. I know we did one loan where this happened. I haven't pursued it much further.
Yeah.
Where your lender, somebody wanted to put a larger down payment, right? It's a good problem to have. But the rates were lower on the jumbo. And in this case, that lender allowed them to get a jumbo rate with at any point in time, pay down a massive amount of the loan and then, reassess the loan to the lower number. And that's something I had not heard of. That happened late last year. But as the rates rise, getting a quarter point lower by doing that could be an effective way to try to get a slightly lower rate.
Yeah, make a big difference. Okay, well, there we go. We are going to now move off to hyperlocal news. Okay, so, a lot of times we're very serious. We're very technical here about real estate, and we obviously mean that as a value to you and the viewers. But we do change it up a little bit, and this is just as important, I believe, what's going on in Northeast LA, not only with real estate, but the neighborhoods that we live in and enjoy. So I am referencing the eastsiderla.com. Jesus does a great job there. He's been doing this for God, man. What do you think? 10, 15 years now? Might be 15 years?
I'd say closer to 15. Yep.
Yeah. Support what they do. Obviously, media has changed to a big wide world of media, and really it's about where we live and work and play and enjoy our lives. And Jesus over at the Eastsider LA definitely reflects that, and they work very hard. So let's go ahead and move into it. Let's see here, guys. We're going to go to Southwest Museum remains in limbo. Did you ever go to the Southwest Museum when it was open? I guiltily.
It was a long time ago. Yes.
Okay. So, this story talks about how right now it's shuttered and it's empty. Another great museum, the Autry Museum, took over its assets. But what it's saying here is the fate of one of the city's oldest museums has remained uncertain since its owner, the Autry Museum of the American West in Griffith Park, announced 4 years ago that it was seeking organizations to propose innovative and financially sustainable concepts for the 12-acre hillside property. A few months later, the Autry said 36 potential suitors had indicated an interest in the landmark. Let's see here. Last week, after being contacted by the Eastsider for an update, museum officials released a statement saying a group of civic leaders throughout LA County were looking at the property. The group was said to be deeply interested and capable of stewarding the Southwest property and preserving it as a cultural resource to be enjoyed by all. Autry also said it has recently been consulting with Brenda Levin, architect and historic preservation advocate, who developed a detailed rehab study in 2004. And so that's where it lies. I was reading some comments, Darren, and somebody made an astute observation that the metro station there is named after the Southwest Museum.
Yes.
And they'll have to change. They'll have to change that. So that would be sad. So that's one story, Southwest Museum in Mount Washington area. We'll now run off to another museum, and this was really interesting to me, Darren. This is a private museum. You have to make an appointment to see it. It's located in Silver Lake. It showcases the mid-century modernism of Paul McCobb, a very well-known mid-century designer. So it goes on. About 15 years ago, we found a good deal on a used dining room set from Craigslist ad. "These are Paul McCobb Planner Group," exclaimed my husband as he looked underneath the pieces when they arrived at our house. I nodded, not really understanding. I was too busy admiring the sleek, almost space-age design of the wooden chairs and table. I had forgotten the name until I heard about a new Paul McCobb Museum in Silver Lake. What? Wow. Jim and I immediately booked a tour. We quickly learned it's no ordinary museum. It's a private residence that showcases items from the 50s, furniture visionary, and his prolific planner group, which helped set the tone for the mid-century modernism movement. Owner Yogi Proctor greeted us at the door of his house on Hilltop. He shares with his wife, Carol Martori. So it goes on, basically, to say they've got a wonderful collection there, and they're very dedicated. I think their collection comprises over 18 years of collecting, and you can just give them a call and set up an appointment. Thought that was really neat.
Cool.
Yeah, what's another one? Let's see here. Oh, a little real estate news. Let's check it out. So if you are a fan of the Arctic Monkeys, a great British group, their drummer had a home. It's now on the market in Silver Lake, not too far from Silver Lake, the reservoir. And let's see, he is selling it. Let's see here. founding member of the band Arctic Monkeys, has listed his home for $3 million after having bought it in 2019 for just under $1.6 million. Matt Helders, drummer, singer, and songwriter, had the 4-bedroom mid-century modern on Castle Street done over by interior designer Corin Mathern. So, well, I had the picture somewhere, but it's a beautiful property. Another one was, let's see here, Mickey Madden, the bassist who is on apparently permanent leave for Maroon 5, is offering his home for rent. 3-bedroom home on Dundee Drive is a city historic cultural monument, the Jacobson House, which embodies the distinguishing characteristics of an architectural type specimen, an example of mid-century modern architecture. He bought it for $3.28 million in 2015. Now it's listed at $22,500 a month. So hurry up and get there. All right. So good luck to both of those guys. Darren, I did not mention this to you, but one of our clients in Palm Springs is renting her place for $20,000 a month. I was so surprised. Yeah. Very interesting. So, we sold a property not far from this place, and I titled this Circle H Market Carniceria and its parking lot. So there's usually a great pizza truck parked there, but this is near Benton and Sunset. It's right there, not too far up. Let's see, and let's see here. Bear with me. Here it is. Here it is. You remember that place? It's been there forever. So
that place used to be called King's Food when I was a
King's
kid.
Food. Would you run down there to get stuff for your mom?
I would. I would run down there to buy candy and all kinds of other stuff too.
That's awesome. So the Circle H Market Carniceria and its parking lot in the 2500 block of Sunset Boulevard would be demolished and replaced with a large mixed-use development under plans filed with the city. The current space also includes a liquor store and a small recycling facility. The applicant is New York-based Six Peak Capital, which has recently been in escrow to purchase the 27,055 square foot property, according to a planning document. Plans call for 5-story, 121 apartment building with 2 ground floor commercial spaces, including 3,500 square feet. As a transit-oriented community project, it would set aside 13 units for extremely low-income households. The developers want incentives, including a 70% increase in density, a parking ratio of only 1 space for every 2 residential units, and a 22-foot increase in allowable height. God, that sounds really huge. That sounds huge, right? As soon as I started hearing 5-story, oh my God, that's really big. Do you think they'll get it? What do you think?
Do I think they'll get it? Well, those adjustments come from the city planning department, but that's also whether the council members support it. I think they're in the best climate possible to get it, as much of the council office is, again, there's plenty of NIMBYism there even. More housing, well, maybe not in my backyard still. I think they'll get it. I do.
Right. I mean, Sunset Boulevard, that's a pretty strong case if you're talking about increasing and getting variances.
Absolutely.
All right. And then, this is near your heart, Darren, which is the steepest street of them all. So do you want to guess? There are 3 here that they list.
Oh, I did read it.
Go ahead.
So I know.
Yeah.
It's not
All
Echo
right.
Park.
No, well, okay, there was a surprise, but
Yes.
The first one here is I think Fargo Street,
Yep.
right, at Alvarado in Echo Park, 32% grade. All right, and then site of the Fargo Hill Street climb. Do you know about that? I didn't know about the Fargo Hill
didn't.
Street climb. Huh. All right, we'll have to check that out. And then the other one was, of course, Baxter.
Yeah.
Right? And that's in Echo Park. Let's see. Baxter, did you know, Darren, was a testing ground for early automobiles. In 1916, a 4-wheel drive truck carrying 4,300 pounds of hay chugged upward, stopping only to mug for newspaper cameras. All right. Another 32% grade. But it's not the steepest, those 2. We go now to Eldridge Street in Highland Park. It's a 33.3% grade, so it was a hard race. It's on the border of Highland Park and Mount Washington. So, yeah, there you go. If you want to stump your friends and neighbors, there you go. Next one is, this was interesting. So, Darren, I know you're up in Eagle Rock pretty regularly. I didn't know this area was called Pillar Hinge until this story, but this comes from LA Times. Do you know about Pillar Hinge? That's right
It's
there.
not the area, it's that site.
Yeah.
That site has been that way for so long.
Right.
Since, I think it goes all the way back to like the 06, 07 market
Oh
crash.
my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, it's LA Times is saying it may finally disappear. In its place, a giant boat. So there's the mystery. An area that Eagle Rock residents called Pillar Hinge is being developed into a multifamily mixed-use complex. And without getting too far into it, I'll just show you what they're planning here. Let's see. Right here. I actually saw them working on it. It's going to look like that. The one on Colorado, right? A rendering of the proposed project, which locals have dubbed the Love Boat. So,
I wonder if they're going to be able to use the pillars. They're not
Right?
that old.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll see what happens there. The Eagle Rock Association, a volunteer group founded in the 1980s, aiming to guide the community's growth in a sustainable way, published a letter in 2017 pointing out the significance of the site's location. The property parallels a freeway off-ramp leading into Eagle Rock, so the Love Boat would be the first thing people see when entering the neighborhood. All right. Well, awesome. I think I have one more, and then we're done. Oh, well, two more. Almost done. Okay. Let's see. Blah, blah, blah here. Some restaurants. Okay. Highland Park, vegan barbecue alternative. Maciel's plant-based butcher and deli is offering pulled pork or barbecue fried oyster mushrooms. All right. Some other openings. Ginger Grass, Silver Lake East Hollywood area is opening to a to-go market of Vietnamese spring rolls, snacks, and sandwiches in East Hollywood. Eagle Rock has something called the Honest Bottle Shop. Plans to open on Eagle Rock Boulevard this fall, reports What Now Los Angeles. The founder, Chiaki Tang, is Eagle Rock resident with 20 years of luxury hotel experience. The bottle shop will focus on organically farmed grapes from European regions and plans to have a monthly subscription service. And then nearer to you, Darren, we've got from David Schlosser, a chef. He's applied for a liquor license on Sunset Boulevard for a new concept called Kushiba, alongside New York restaurateur Simon C. So, and then L&E Oyster Bar has something coming up in historic Filipino town. So, stay tuned. Oh, and a closing. So this is hard for me because I went there. Maybe I didn't go there enough, and that's why I feel guilty. Junkyard Dog. So this was over by the McDonald's on Sunset. They just mysteriously just went out of business. There was just a sign sitting on the doorway. So there's a GoFundMe account for the staff because I guess they were only given less than a week of notice. So too bad. It was plant-based junk food. I loved it. All right, next. Guess nobody loved it enough. And then this one, I didn't know this, but did you know when you're entering the 2 and getting onto the Glendale Boulevard kind of merger there, that has been a high incidence of crashes? Did you look at that?
Entering
I
the
don't know.
2.
You're on the 2.
Right at the on-ramp?
Yeah, where that those townhomes are sitting.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess Lance Sanders' property has been struck by cars 4 times since he bought his place in 2015. Neighbors have been hit at least 3 times. Over the years, his insurance has paid out $50,000 in damages. So it's where the Glendale Freeway flows into a congested Glendale Boulevard on the border. I guess they've been trying to get a signal light there to try to control it, but it hasn't worked out. Look at that. That's hard.
The off-ramp, is what they're specifically talking about. That, man, the 2 freeway was supposed to connect to the 101. That was the original plan. All the way down
Right.
Glendale, all the way to the 101 was supposed to be a freeway. Community fought it for years. and in the 70s. And then ultimately they stopped it where they stopped it. And they spent almost 20 years trying to figure out how to make that flow better. And I was involved in the latter of those discussions. There were people who were committed to it for 20 years.
Yeah.
And between Caltrans and local communities in the city, in all sincerity, they came up with the absolute worst option possible that did nothing but make the site worse. It was just horrific. I mean, it's just an absolute complete failure of government as ability to make something work. And this is one of the many problems, I'm sure. That's sad to see, but that is just a difficult location to navigate, both on or off the freeway.
Yeah. I guess in a way they tried to take the middle road. It didn't work out, huh? They kind of Frankensteined it together.
They totally Frankensteined it. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bad options.
So, Sanders has also filed claims with Caltrans over property damage and mental distress. The latest response from the State Department of General Services was that he'd have to sue. It's been extremely frustrating and stressful, Sanders said. I bought a home to relax, and I feel like I'm doing all of the state's work. Why am I paying taxes if the state cannot do the bare minimum of retaining cars onto their freeways? And there you go.
I agree. He can complain about that, but he also... Those were more recently built, and that's the same issue that location has had forever.
Yeah.
It's amazing how much housing they're building on that corridor, which is technically a street, but certainly feels like a freeway about 80% of the time.
Crazy. All right. Well, that is it for our look at local news. Again, go to the eastsiderla.com, check it out. It's a great resource for everyone, and support it. All right, we are going to move off to our, in a way, market snapshot. It's about seller wins and buyer wins every week. And this is the local market view of Northeast Los Angeles and the communities here. And, oh boy, what did I do? Ugh, I can't even read it.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Anyway, I can read it. So, hold on. I'm going to look up one more thing. Bear with. Honestly, there wasn't a whole lot of change. Well, it kind of, I'll say it dipped. I don't know if that was because of the holiday. I guess for some of it was, only because it was, actives weren't as much. But let me just try to read some of this off. Let's see here. Okay, so hold on. So what we have here is, in terms of the general market in Northeast LA, there were, 15 solds in the last 7 days. There were 16 pendings, and there were 20 actives. So on the sold side, it was 14 last week. Now it's 15. Pendings last week, 12. Went up to 16. So not a whole lot of movement there. Actives, though, we were at 38 last week, and we dropped to 20. So that might have been, again, the holiday.
Yeah, I would agree with that. We'll see that next week when we look at it again.
Yeah. So, I guess the other two things that we watch are days on market. It went to 20 instead of 14.5 last week. So that's something. And then on the median percentage to list price, it was 105%. So still above list, but it was 110% last week. So it did drop a bit. Let's go ahead and move on now to, let's see. Bear with me, fellas. Let's go ahead and move on to some of the seller wins. Now, Darren, we're kind of improvising and riffing here because, let's see, I did not do any notes. So let's see what this might look like. Let me get into the MLS.
I'm riffing every week, Joe. What are you talking about?
What?
Notes?
What are you talking about? Oh, no. You're the solid organizer of the two of us, man. Come on now. Don't say that. Let's see. Bear with, guys. Let's see. All these password keepers. Let's see. Okay. Okay. We're getting there. We're getting there. All right. And in we go. Okay. All right. So we're in the MLS.com. We're going to go to 4124 Dundee Drive. Very exciting because I have no idea what it looks like. It listed at $3,995,000. I'm guessing it looks pretty good. The sold price was $4,500,000. That's a $505,000 increase, 113% of the list price. That took, let's see, 30 days on the market to sell, or at least get in contract. Let's check it out. Okay, 4124 Dundee Drive, Los Feliz Boulevard, or Los Feliz rather. 4-bedroom, 4-bath, 3,391 square feet of living space. Sold at $4,500,000, 11,437 square foot lot. And let's see, 30 days on the market. This is brought to us by Susan Andrews and Justin Roberts. On the listing side, on the buyer's side, Wilkie Itzen. You'll never forget that name, Wilkie Itzen. And Adrian Wright and Jordan Wright represented the buyer. So congrats to everyone there. Gosh, was it overpriced? I don't know. It looks pretty good to me.
Was it underpriced, you mean?
Well, right.
Yeah,
Was it underpriced? Right.
Oh, it's hard to tell, man.
Yeah.
Not our typical market point. I will say, personally, I don't think it's sold at this price because of high design. A little too much flooring on the ceiling for me.
Right.
You know, I mean, I don't mind wood, but there's a certain type of wood. It looks like they put flooring on the ceiling, man.
Right.
And on the wall.
Well, this is interesting you say that. So in the description it says, transformed in 2020 by Barbara Bester into a California Moorish-style home, using an effortless blend of timeless preserved architecture and vibrant modern decor. I think that's the clash that you're feeling, right? With the wood and the two styles trying to come together. I think, because when you see that name, I think modern very quickly.
Oh, I also think quality when I think Barbara Bester. In the end, the client chooses materials. And like I said, hopefully it's just the photos, but it looks like it's flooring on the ceiling. There's some ceiling wood that looks appropriate. And gosh, man, it just doesn't seem amazing to me in all sincerity. But it did to someone.
It did. It only takes one, as we know.
That's
all right. Let's move on to 2133 Mayview Drive. This listed at $1,895,000, landed at $2,100,000 for a $205,000 increase. That's 111% of the list price. 20 days on the market, and let's see what they saw. I'm trying to remember if we saw this. Let's see. Okay. All right. 2133 Mayview Drive. The same suspect, Los Feliz. Great neighborhood. 3-bedroom, 3-bath, 1,698 square feet of living space. Sold $2,100,000, 4,690 square foot lot. And I think it said 20 days on the market. Brought to us by Brock Harris and Lori Harris. On the buy side, Martha Brown. So congrats to all parties there. I believe, yes. In fact, I'm sure. This was the home of a Grammy-nominated musician, Meyer Hawthorne. So congrats to him. Beautiful views, obviously. There's a studio. And, right on.
The views are spectacular.
Right? I mean, it's Franklin Hills. It's nice.
Yeah. There are a good amount of homes that have great views in that area, throughout many of the areas we serve. The price makes sense. I mean, it's 1,700 square foot.
Right.
Architecturally, enough architectural appeal from the inside and outside, enough original charm that it should have been in the twos. So I'd say it ended up where it should have.
Yep. Okay, we're going to now jump to buyer wins, and we are going to go to 4425 Cromwell Avenue. This again is Los Feliz. Gosh. listed at $3,295,000, landed at $3,200,000 for a $95,000 reduction. Empty house with a fire in the fireplace. That sounds dangerous. 97% of its list price, 27 days on the market. And I'll give you some numbers. Let's see. 4-bedroom, 4-bath, 3,763 square feet of living space, 17,500 square foot lot, and 27 days on the market. This is brought to us by Juan Longfellow and Louise Leach from the listing side, and on the buy side, Stephanie Schmacher Stolper. Wow, what a great name. And Kevin Stolper represented the buyer. So anyway, work to do, right?
For sure. Yes, we've worked with the Stolpers before. They're quite the duo. Yeah, I mean, gosh, own a house in the right neighborhood, and you could do nothing to it for 20 years, 30 years, and still make $3.2 million.
Yeah.
It's a fixer. It'll
Probate
be
sale.
remodeled.
Got it.
Got it. Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
that's
Well,
why.
there'll be a discount on a probate sale typically of some level. Got a couple of those going on now. As soon as you scream probate, people are screaming discount.
Right.
They have no problem coming in hard with discounts on those sales.
Yeah. Well, and as you said, if
huge
people have the
house.
money, if people have the money, everything original on it just increases its value for those types of people. And I think this has that in a lot
Neighborhood, square footage, flow,
Yeah.
enough original layout and charm and window openings. And yeah, I could see it. It'll be a $4 million plus house when it's done.
First time on the market since 1971. Wow. That's awesome. Okay. And then our final buyer win will be, let's see, 1976 North Normandy Avenue. Started at $4,550,000, landed at $4,250,000. $300,000 reduction. My goodness. And 93% of the list price, 44 days on the market. Let's check it out. All right. 1976 North Normandy Avenue, Los Feliz, 5 bedrooms, 6 bath, 4,538 square feet of living space. Wow, $4,250,000. Sold price $5,997. Lot size 44 days on the market, and this is brought to us by Carl Gambino and John Birksey. On the buy side, Richard Stearns, the agent. So, well, great reduction. I'd love to live in that house, but I don't know.
Have some color dedicated rooms. The green bathroom.
Yeah. Oh
There
my
was
gosh.
a blue room there, maybe a TV room. Yeah, nice outdoor space there. Who knows? I mean, we haven't walked through it, so who knows how the flow is. That can have a big impact. That room is super nice. It looks like the living room.
Yeah. Great character
And
for
nice
sure.
views. Yep.
Yeah, amazing view. This does have a pedigree. This is the former house of Los Angeles City pioneer John Anson Ford. At least today, John Anson Ford fame. So yeah, it's got a pedigree. There you go. All right. Well, that is it on seller wins and buyer wins. I will quickly shift over to your part of the show, Darren. Let's see here.
Sure, I'll jump in. I have at least two.
Okay.
1607 Benton Way.
Hold on here. I'm just trying to catch up. Okay. All right. Okay. Say it again, sir.
1607 Benton Way.
Okay.
And this one's more about value.
All right. All right. Okay, well, let's check it out. I'll do the numbers. It is 1607 North Benton Way. This is Silver Lake. 3 bedroom, 2 bath, 1,816 square feet of living space. $1,125,000 is the list. 6,925 square feet is the lot, and opens this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, 2 to 5 p.m. Just came on the market, 0 days on market. And then this is brought to us by Britta Kleingartner. So congrats to her on this listing. What do you think, man?
Oh, I just think it's a great price. It's a lovely neighborhood, very North Benton way, right before you get into the deeper hills.
Before you go up the hill a bit?
Yeah, exactly. But I believe above Berkeley, if not right at Berkeley. It's a neighborhood that commands $2 million plus. It's down the street from a $4 million listing. So I believe it's just a value pick. That's where I'm coming from. It's not amazing architecturally, but good amount of square footage at 1,800 square feet.
And maybe
go quickly.
And maybe a decent price at $1,125,000, at least for now. I mean, what could this be if it was fixed up? It could be a 1.6 house, or even more, maybe. I don't know, depending upon what you do with it.
Yes, 1.5, 1.6 is standard for that neighborhood on the lower end.
Right. And it touts a standalone guest home as well. So there's some maybe rental there, or just a good office space for you.
Yep.
Okay. Good one. I like that one. All right. What's next, my friend?
909 Sanborn Avenue.
909 Sanborn. All right. Off we go. So this is what? Is this Virgil Village? Let's see.
No, it's over in Silver Lake. Oh, yeah.
Is it?
A little more north.
Well.
Virgil. Yep, 9029. Yep.
All right. 909 Sanborn Avenue. This is Silver Lake. 2-bedroom, 1-bath, 1,115 square feet living space. Listed $1,350,000. The lot, $5,353. And yes, opens this week, Saturday and Sunday, 2 to 5 p.m. 0 days on market, so very fresh. And let's see, this is brought to us by Andrea Dunlop. So congrats to Andrea on this listing. What do you have to say, man?
Oh, this one. It's looks nicely refinished. It's not a bigger house. You know, it's appropriately priced, maybe at the higher end.
Right.
But it's finished, and it's got a nice outdoor space, which is super important in a smaller house. So it seems appropriate. It's got great curb appeal as well. A little bit of shading from the curb as well, with some hedges. All that just comes together nicely.
Yeah, the only two things I was going to say is, if you're into walking, not everyone is, but it's right there between Sunset Junction and Virgil Village. So really good location, I think. And they kind of just hinted at it, but attic space is not on public record. Looks like you could do something with that.
Yeah, and it's elevated. Maybe there's a basement space. Looks like a pretty big area underneath. Who knows how much, what the condition it's in.
Yeah. Good pictures, too. Nice.
Yep.
They really captured it. Okay. Is that it?
That's it.
Wonderful. We are out the door. Let me just do my thing here. Boom, boom. All right. Well, look, guys, have a great weekend. We'll see you next week, Thursday, 2 p.m. Anything else, Darren?
No.
Well, go ahead. Oh, no, I was just going to say, we should probably have a guest next week. They're starting to line up, but we do have a new team member, Lorenzo Rancis. If you saw it in the email that we posted, he's our new team member. He's handling the Valley for us. So maybe we'll have him on here next week and introduce you to him. All right. So, guys, have a good one. We'll speak with you later. Take care. Bye now.
Bye.